play against a team, they normally, this late in the season, they normally shoot and do things pretty consistent with what they've done all year long. This team comes in shooting, I think 36-37% from three, which is really, really, really good. But I thought that they had the right chemistry. I thought that they had the right game plan. They were extremely patient on the offensive end. They reversed the ball 2, 3, sometimes 4 times. And we would have done a pretty good job defensively, maybe for 21 seconds. But because of their discipline and their attention to detail in terms of how they wanted to execute their game plan, there's always someone would fly open and knock down a 3. On the offensive end, when we score 76 points, that's enough for you to win a game. But defensively, I thought that they were on point with their execution. I thought that, and they shot exceptionally well. That means that they were focused, they were confident, and they believed in their game plan. We had a hard time. We had the same high percentage 3-point attempts, but we missed ours and they made theirs, and it looked like, from a statistical standpoint, that made the difference in the game.
Leonard, there were a couple times in the second half where it seemed like it was getting away from you guys, 11-point lead, 12-point lead for them. Each time you fought back, got it to within 2 twice. Do you like, I know losses are losses, do you like the fight you're seeing from this group of guys when they're going gets tough a little bit?
I think we improve it. There's no doubt about that. But, you have to sustain that effort when you're playing against a team like Virginia, who have, for years and years, have always been an execution team. And unfortunately in the ACC, you can't afford to play 30 minutes of a game. And you can't take any possessions off, because every team in our league will be capable of being successful against you. And in Virginia, they seem to have found their rhythm. They struggled a little bit early, but they figured out what's the best approach for them. And we just now, I think, getting to the point where we understand who we are. Like, we attack the basket, but we've been trying to develop those skills more consistently for the entire year. Jameer's attacking the basket, then that gives you better opportunities on the perimeter when you're attacking the basket like that, and then get to the foul line. We having fewer games to play now, so we don't have very many more opportunities to, much more room for error as we go on the road. We got to learn from this game, and we got to go into Blacksburg, and we got to try to come away with a victory.
Chandler Jackson had 17. What do you think about his performance today?
Chandler's playing to his skill set. He sees the game through another set of eyes. Some guys see themselves as those gaps to him now are opening it up for him because he's exploding into them. We have some guys on the team who have the same opportunities, not quite as confident as he is, and we need to do more of that as a team, as opposed to him coming in and being the only, one or 2 guys who are really, really attacking. Jameer Watkins is doing a good job, and Chandler did an excellent job tonight. You could tell he had a different look in his eye. He was more determined as offense and defense. He got some deflections, and I thought he was very active from a defense standpoint. I'm glad to see that this time of year.
You've gone against that pack line a lot of times. I think y'all made 70% of your twos tonight against that pack line, which is, really hard to do. What do you think set the team up for success in that way, and what about that is translatable going forward?
Well, I thought our effort and our execution was pretty good, except those outside threes that we had opportunity, to attempt. That's where we faltered. mean, when you really go back and look at the game, they go and shoot 70% from two, and then shoot, I don't even wanna know what that was, from three, against a team that shot 55%, it's hard to overcome that challenge. You had a question, sir?
Darren Green Jr. had a bit of a rough start to the game. Was 0 for 5 from 3-point land, 0 for 6 from the field in general, but he had a couple of huge buckets later on in the second half. How important is it to have a guy that can have his number called and perform when it matters?
Well, that's what basketball is about. Everyone's not gonna be great every night. That's why we always try to win games by committing. You know, I mean, he's one of the better shooters in the nation. The night was not his night. These other guys who normally shoot 36%, 37%, they had the basket looked big for them. They shot 55%. You know, so that's why you have to have a team, a unit of guys that when one guy's not up to par one night, someone else steps in. And for instance, I thought we could have done a much better job of getting the ball to our inside guys who were posting up. That's the area where we can improve on. And I think the second half, we were much more aggressive going to the basket and attacking the rim. Now, we didn't get physically much better at halftime, you know, but the guys were a lot more focused and more confident, or out of desperation, one or the other, that we locked in and executed that part of our game plan. And unfortunately, when we got in there and we kicked it out, this was not our night shooting well from the perimeter.
You've seen a lot of Reese Beekman over the last couple of years. Where his offensive game